So this is a test of Zara to see if I can take a character from my story and shoot it straight into Illustrator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this character here. His name is Mr. Henry, and I have him as someone with a tattoo on his back, and I have a design for that tattoo. And the question is, if you bring that into Illustrator, like someone from behind, will they be able to invent, will the AI be able to invent a face for the character? Because it can only really work with imagery that it starts with. It has to have a face, but it can generate the back of a head based on what it can deduce about the hair. But if you give someone a view from the back with only the hair, how can it deduce a face if you don't give it a face at all? So I'm going to try opening it up with the bitmap editor, and this time I am going to see if I can get Zara to spit that that bitmap straight into Illustrator. Let's see what it does. That's kind of a little funky. It's just kind of unpredictable because all of this stuff is beta. And nothing seems to be, this isn't going to work. I don't think, oh, it did it. Oh, it brought it in as a separate file. It didn't bring it into the same document. That's interesting. So that's cool to know that I can take vectors from one file and bring it in as a bitmap to another, but it didn't bring it into the same file. But let's test out the turntable. Turntable is selectable in the beta, and this is like a detail of the tattoos on his back. But what kind of face is he going to have from the front? I don't know. Let's just see. The idea was this character had these tattoos with metallic ink that were connected to his spinal cord. So when, as a prisoner in the prison, he misbehaved, the guards can just hit a button and it would send a shock straight into his spinal cord. And that was their means of control. But in my story, the prison shut down and everyone was set free. So he's a farmhand at this point. So let's do the turntable and just see. Ooh, that's pretty wild. See that face that it generated? And it put the same tattoo on the front. For the sake of comparison, let's try this again, but with the back or the front of the character, and see how it generates the back. So let me see, I gotta find him. There's so many images I had in this document for this degree. There he is. And let's hit the bitmap editor and spit it into Illustrator Beta. And I don't know why it moves the window off the screen. It does work, so I don't think that's the issue. It just takes a minute. It might be the size of the files too, because I made everything in this project very big. So there he is. He's from the front. And let's just do a comparison. So here he is from the front, and here he is from the back. The turntable made his face look like this. So here he is from the front, and let's apply the turntable. Come on. And the whole point I'm doing this is just to kind of try to break the application, just to see what it can and can't do at this point. I was doing all of these as image traces first before I did the turntable. It wasn't until today that I tried to do the turntable on its own. And these could be a little bit more polished. Like this degree that I was going for, You come home from work, you're exhausted, and you still have more homework to do for another 3 hours. So I was trying to take demos that I was doing in school for my students and submit the demos for my degree. So anyway, let's take a look. Let's move this out of the way so it doesn't interfere. But that looks pretty good. But the back does not. The back gives him the front of his crotch versus gives the back of his pants to the front of him as he tries to invent. I mean, from this angle, it's pretty good. I mean, I think the muscles came out pretty solid, and from below, it even generates a little bit of texture on the bottom of his feet, and a little on the top. I mean, it's really very impressive what this is doing. Anatomically, it's a little bit funky because this is obviously his back, and you know, when you have your character from the front, that looks correct. But let's see if we tilt him back and tilt him down. It's not too bad. I mean, the muscles could use more detail. I'm not wild about it, but again, it doesn't know what to do with the back of his head, so it's giving him the forehead once again and giving him the musculature on the front of his body as opposed to the back. Now, if I rotate him back this way between these two, you know, you can put it together and just kind of Frankenstein it. And I also noticed that the hands are a little funky too. But you can fix all of that. You can paint those things. You can grab the back off this one and paste it over here. Same with the back of the jean shorts to the back over here. Yeah, you can just kind of pick and choose how it looks. I think as a design tool, it's pretty handy, pretty helpful. I don't consider this cheating because it's still from your work and it's not perfect. You still have to put forth some effort to make it look right, you know, but it does get you kind of started. So in that sense, it's pretty good. So I am impressed.